Hello guys, and welcome back to Makeup FOMO. Today we're going to do kind of like a random video. I kind of just had this idea when I was filming my haul, whenever that was, and I thought I would just film the concept that I got. So I showed in that haul that I got this like sampler, like big set of BECCA products as part of my order. I got the backlight priming filter, the backlight, wait, what? Backlight priming filter, this, oh, I put everything away in the wrong box. So anyway, I got a bunch of like little BECCA product like samples. These are quite big for like sample sizes, but they're basically little trial sizes of a few different things that I'd never tried before. So since there was like 4 things, I was like, this is like a decent amount of stuff to try out like all in combination just to see how they worked. And I figured I might as well just film me putting them on and trying them out in case you guys were curious about any of the products or you just needed something to watch. So the specific products that I just got in like this little kit were the BECCA Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation in the shade Driftwood. And then we have the Backlight Priming Filter, the Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector, and then a little shimmering Skin Perfector Press in the shade Rose Gold. So I haven't tried literally any of these products before, so I thought it was a cool little set to just try all together in combination and see how they work. I don't know how this shade is going to be. Oh my gosh, my cat just jumped up on the windowsill. Yes, hello. So we're gonna have to see. I'm quite tan, so just hoping this is gonna be dark enough. But if you guys are interested in just seeing me test out all this random BECCA stuff, then just keep watching. Okay, so this did come with the 2 different primers, the Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector, and then also the Backlight Priming Filter, which obviously I've heard of this one. So this is definitely something that I think I'd want to just use like all over my face because I'm definitely all about that like glowy foundation, as y'all know. So like you saw, oh, this is quite reflective, but this is the box and then this is the size of the product. So it's actually like a decent sized sample. It has 0.2 fluid ounces, so yeah, that's actually pretty good. And then this other one is the Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. Okay, so I obviously don't necessarily need any mattifying, because I have pretty normal to dry skin, and I definitely prefer some luminous finish to my foundation. So I think what I want to do is use the backlight priming just like all over my face, and then since this is a poreless priming, rather than using this for its mattifying purposes, I think what I'll do is I'll just put it right near where my pores are and see if it actually like blurs them out. Okay, so I just zoomed y'all in a little bit. Do you guys notice how I say y'all all the time now since I moved down south here? It's not even like intentional, it's just like everyone says it, so it's just literally part of my vocabulary now. Okay, how do you get this off? Isn't there 2 different versions of this? There's like the backlight and the first light. What's the other one? Jeez, I just got like a ton of product, but honestly I'm planning on putting this on like my whole face, so that might be fine. Ooh, ooh, that smells good. All right, let's just rub it in. It feels very good and like moisturizing. Like it feels like it's sinking in and like hydrating my skin. Ooh, that is glowy. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That looks really good. Okay, so I definitely think I'm quite glowy, but let's see this Evermatte priming thing. Oh, this is weird. Do you see this? It almost looks like a lip gloss applicator. That's weird. Are you supposed to just like apply it directly to your face? No, it says apply by warming your hands. I wonder why they use this packaging. That's so weird. All right, so like it says I'm gonna warm it between my fingers and then just like press it in. This doesn't have much of a smell. It definitely feels quite silicone-y though, which is kind of what you expect a lot of times for like these pore filling smoothing type primers. Right now my pores don't look any different. I didn't use much. Maybe I'll put like a tiny bit more. I also feel like when I started rubbing it between my fingers, like it started like sinking into my fingers. I feel like less of it ended up on my face and more of it ended up like in my finger. I'm not really trying to hide any pores in my finger, that's for sure. I mean, it doesn't really look like it did a ton, but we'll see once we put the foundation on. Okay, so this is the Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. This is like the little size that I got. Oh, and it has a pump on it. Well, that's handy. I can so appreciate when a brand like actually puts an okay amount of effort into like creating their little sample products, because this is how you could end up really selling someone on your product. Like if I try this and I really like it, I can end up purchasing it. Is my hair looking crazy? So I need to first see if this is even gonna match me at all. Like I said, I'm pre-tan and I like didn't really know what color to pick whenever I was selecting this. So I think I got like the middle. Oh, actually, this looks pretty dark. Ooh, actually, that might end up being perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna squeeze a bunch out on my finger. That was like not even a full pump, but more than half a pump, I would say. This has a smell and it's like, it almost smells like, I wanna like say, it's a mix between like sweet, like almost like a vanilla, but then it also kind of smells like that Wet n Wild foundation that kind of smells like paint. I can't decide which, because obviously a vanilla scent is great and a paint scent is not, and so you can't decide if it's a good scent. I don't want to use too much because apparently this is Ultimate Coverage, so I'm assuming, because I haven't even really heard much about this, like I don't think I've seen videos, so I don't really know anything about it. So I'm going into this pretty blind, but obviously the name itself says Ultimate Coverage. I'm just gonna blend this out using my Sigma F80 flat top kabuki. Let's see. And I would say I use probably, what was that, like 3 or 4 pumps. And granted, even though I did use 3 or 4 pumps might seem like a lot, this is like obviously a super little pump and the little hole is really small. So 1 pump doesn't give you very much product. 1 pump probably gives you like half a pump of a regular pump, you know? And I'm just using a brush for both sides because I haven't really been using sponges that much lately. I don't know why. I've just been finding brushes just so much more convenient. So the battery on my camera just died, so I had to replace it obviously. So if the angle or anything just changed, I apologize. But this foundation, let's talk about it. First of all, I think this color is probably perfect. There's like birds fighting out there. Anyway, the point is this matches like my body, and I just drug it down my neck a little bit, but this matches my skin. I think this is probably the most best shade I could have picked, but oh my gosh, this is freaking full coverage. Like, they're not joking calling this Ultimate Coverage. This covers everything and it covers it very well. Like, literally everything is evened out. I don't have any blemishes right now or really like any major discoloration to cover besides a little bit under my eyes, but I think it even did a pretty okay job at covering that. And it's very smooth. Like, my forehead looks really good. It's definitely sinking into, you guys can probably see some of the little creases that we have on my forehead, but that's not a big deal. I'll put powder over it and hopefully smooth it out. And I don't know if the foundation itself is luminous or if this is the priming filter that's kind of peeking through, but it's definitely quite glowy, but not like greasy looking, I wouldn't say. It's definitely a little bit heavy. Like, when you look up close at my skin, I think you can definitely tell, especially like around my pore area. I just think you can definitely tell that I'm wearing foundation. It's not like a natural finish, but I don't think that it necessarily claims to be. And if you're gonna go full coverage, typically you're not gonna look super natural, but I don't mind that at all. But this is a nice looking full coverage foundation just because it's so smooth. In terms of my pores, you know how we use that pore filling primer, I really don't think personally that it did much of anything. Like, yeah, they look pretty much the same as they normally do. I don't know that this is necessarily very pore filling. It might be mattifying if you use this for mattifying purposes, definitely like comment or something how it works for that, just so maybe other people can know. But it might be better as a mattifier than a pore filler. This I definitely think is helping give me a lot of the luminosity that I have, and probably this is like a satin type finish, so I definitely think that this foundation is awesome. Like, I think that is exactly the finish that I'm going for, and I love the coverage a lot. So then the very last product that we have from the set is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Rose Gold. I have not tried this shade. I haven't obviously tried this or swatched it or anything like that, so I think what I'm going to do is just super quick finish up the rest of my face and then hop back on camera to show you guys how this works. Okay, so I am back. I just finished up my face. I just did some pretty simple makeup, some bronzer, blush, and then I basically just threw on a wing and some mascara. I didn't really do much. Oh, and I did my eyebrows, obviously, and I did set my face with powder. I used my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, just because I have to set my face. I do think it took like a little bit of the luminosity away, but that's kind of inevitable. But I do think you could still see like a little bit of it, right? Like on my forehead a little bit. And I obviously don't have any highlighter on yet because that's what we're about to do now. Like I've said a million times, this is Shimmering Skin Perfector in Rose Gold. Can we just talk about how cool it is that this, even though this is such a small little baby size, it still has the mirror in it, which I think is really cute. So I want to try this out. I'm so excited. So I'm using my little, this is actually an eyeshadow brush from e.l.f., but it's perfect for highlighting. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, that's just very, I mean, obviously it's pink, but that's a really nice soft. I love BECCA highlighters. I've tried quite a few of them, just not this specific one. And what I love about them is I feel like they just like literally melt into your skin. Like you put them on and they don't look glittery and they don't look like a streak of powder, and they literally just look like they're part of your skin. Like I feel like, oops. I feel like they literally just like have like a melting effect where they go on and they just like disperse and spread out, and you can't really tell where it stops and where it ends. It kind of just is super natural. Not natural, because obviously this pink highlight is not natural, but it doesn't look like you like specifically targeted your highlight there. It kind of just looks like that's where your glow is, and I love that. Y'all know I always put a tiny bit right on the forehead. I just like to glow there. So I was honestly a little bit worried that this was gonna be too dark for me, just because it's like, it's pretty much a straight up pink, and I was afraid it was gonna show up a little too much. But I think, yeah, that looks, ooh, that looks like really good. Like way better than I think I was expecting it to look, honestly. It looks super like subtle in like the sense that you can't really tell exactly, you know, where I put it, but it's not blinding. Like this is not like in your face, but it definitely does look a little bit wet and definitely very glowy. This is nice. Alrighty guys, so that is everything for this video. I know this was like super random, but I hope you enjoyed it. I think these products, honestly, besides this like poreless thing, I don't think that did anything, so I don't really care for it. But I love this priming filter. I'm definitely going to keep using it with other foundations so that I can see like, was the glow from the foundation? Was it from this? The foundation I am so stoked on. And guys, there's just so much product in here, especially because I already obviously used a full face of it. And like, I don't think you can even tell. There's probably like, I don't even know. You probably use this for like a month. I just feel like there's so much. And since it is so full coverage, you don't have to use very much of it to get, you know, good coverage. So I think that those will last me a while. And obviously like this guy, even though this is small, like there's a good amount of product in here. This is a perfect size. I don't go, I mean, y'all know, like you don't use a lot of highlighter at any given time, so I don't go through highlighters at all. So this size will be perfectly good for probably ever. So that is everything for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the randomness, but it was kind of fun just testing out random BECCA products. I will link everything that I talked about and that I mentioned down below, just so it's easier for you guys to access if you're interested. If you guys would like to subscribe, we would love to have you. We have so much fun here, and until my next video, I'll catch you guys then. Bye guys.